So over the past couple days, it's been really rainy outside. I mean, after the really hot summer that I've had, and we're starting to work our way into fall, it's been really rainy outside. So I thought to myself, let's talk about 10 really nice rainy day fragrances. And even if it's not raining for you, I apologize, but just keep this in the back of your mind for the next time it does. So 10 rainy day fragrances. So without further ado, what's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back at you with 10 of the best rainy day fragrances, at least in my opinion. There's a lot of other rainy day fragrances I could have included, like you could have the musky, watery fragrances that are out there. For instance, what's that one that just came out? Bulgari Rain Essence. Like something like that. Any of the fragrances that are in that realm. There's a lot of creeds that would be in that realm. I just didn't include them. For me, this is just the ones that I always end up reaching for. They're very easy reaches for the rain. Starting out with this one. This one is one of my newer pickups here in 2024. I forgot what year it was. But before we get into that, make sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know some of your favorite rainy day fragrances. Number one, this is Torino 21 by Xerjoff. This is a blue minty fragrance. Has a nice green tone to it, very nice natural mintiness to it, nice blue aromatic tones underneath it, a little bit of spice, musk. It's very beautiful fragrance. As it starts to dry, you get a bit of this woody tone, a little bit of vetiver, and it's a very nice mint heavy blue that really just goes really nice in a rainy, cool day. It's nice for the spring, it's nice for the fall. Torino 21. I actually think this might be my favorite Xerjoff, no joke. It's very unique, and a lot of people, especially everyday average Joes, this isn't something they've smelled before, so anytime I wear this out, I always get like, whoa, what are you wearing? It's very nice, very minty, cooling. But Torino 21, great for a rainy day. And you guys will see, I'm not trying to keep you here all day, so I'm going to get through these pretty quickly. This one is a brand new release here in 2024. This is by Ralph Lauren. It is Polo 67. Polo 67 is kind of like the other side of the coin of Ralph's Club. It's kind of like the Ralph's Club gym scent. You could use Ralph's Club for a rainy day as well. It's kind of like the citrus musky version of Ralph's Club. You still get a little bit of that aromatic kind of fruitiness that you get from Ralph's Club, but this one replaces that top that you get from Ralph's Club with this kind of bright citrus musk. And musk is always really nice whenever it comes to rainy days. And so Polo 67 is going to bring you that. It's not something that lasts forever. It's about 4 hours. But as far as clean, fresh, rainy day scents, Polo 67 is definitely going to do it. It's one of the better releases this year. And it has like this feeling of higher quality, especially compared to the original Ralph's Club. But if you like Ralph's Club and you want something more citrus, a little bit more natural smelling and more musky, then get this. Polo 67, really nice. And the price, you really can't beat it. Speaking of price, going into the next one, from the house of Lacoste, this is Lacoste Lhomme Intense. We also have Lacoste Lhomme Timeless, which is the tea version of this. This is a very unique rhubarb blue fragrance. It doesn't last forever. It's about a 3-hour fragrance, but usually rainy days, I mean, you can respray it. If you haven't smelled rhubarb, then you're going to want to try this out first, even though they run for about 20 bucks. So if you get it and you don't like it, $20 down the drain, it's better than $100. But Lacoste Lhomme Intense, it's very unique. Again, the rhubarb in there, if you haven't smelled rhubarb, like rhubarb pie or anything like that, then I would try it out first if you can. But very beautiful, very unique fruity tones on top of this kind of musky blue fragrance that has a bit of spice to it. It is so freaking good. I love this stuff. Absolutely love this stuff. If I wasn't wearing another fragrance that's on this list right now, because it's raining outside, then I would easily throw that on right now. But going into the next one. The next one is another new release this year. Yeah, I think it's this year. It's kind of like, again, the other side of the coin to the original. This is Rasasi Hawas Ice. Rasasi Hawas Ice is basically, if you took the original Rasasi Hawas, had that same performance, it's really like in your face, fruity tones. This one replaces kind of like that plum with citrus. There's not much of a difference between the two outside of that. This is a brighter, fresher, citrusy, more citrusy version of the original Rasasi Hawas that has a little bit more of that warm tone, but this is just kind of like a brighter, fresher version of Hawas that has citrus instead of plum. It even still smells like there is a little bit of plum in here, but I mean, it's very, 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 very good. It kind of smells like if you mix together Rasasi Hawas and Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct together. It kind of has that, a little bit of like that bubble gum vibe from the citrus. But yeah, that's Rasasi Hawas Ice. Let me know what you guys think about me going through like videos like this. Being quick, to the point, let me know. Yeah, anyway, this one is discontinued, but I will give you another option if you want to try something like this. This is by Bulgari. It is Aqva pour Homme Atlantique. This is similar in style to Versace Dylan Blue, where it's this kind of spiced ambery blue fragrance, but this one is fresh. Dylan Blue has a little bit more of the ambery kick to it. That's a little bit more of a warm amber. This brings this fresh amber, but it's an amber spiced fresh blue fragrance that really, I'm sad they discontinued, and I wish they gave you like something to hold it with. Like how they have a hockey puck stand or something like that. I wish they gave you something to hold it with. But anyway, if you want a nice, fresh, ambery, spiced blue that is great to wear during the daytime or the nighttime, during the spring, summer, or the fall and winter, Aqva Atlantique is great, and that's why I like to wear it during the rain, because the rain brings a little bit of that cool tone. A little bit of that cool weather too. I don't know why I said tone. I'm thinking about fragrances. Brings a little bit of that cool windiness to you, and the amber really strikes gold in that type of weather. But that's Bulgari's Aqva Atlantique. I tried out Aquamarine the other day. I didn't really like it. That was the first time I ever tried it. Didn't like it. So now into the next one. Well, this one I'm going to do two at a time because they both kind of are very similar. You know, it'll also help explain the fragrance that you guys might not be familiar with. But the first one is Kierin Sunday Brunch. This is actually the one that I am wearing today. And the other one is Nishane's Wulong Cha, which a lot of more people are familiar with. Nishane's Wulong Cha is that oolong tea. This is definitely more kind of like a fruity oolong tea if you mix it together. It's unisex. Some people find it unisex leaning femme. I kind of just find it right in the middle of unisex. It's a great spring fragrance, but it also works really well. Tea fragrances do really well in the rain. I mean, so if you have any tea fragrances, it goes really well. But I really love the oolong tea in this. There's a little bit more of the fruity tone in this one. Well, take Wulong Cha for Kierin Sunday Brunch and replace that fruity tone with this kind of like really dominant, zesty orange, almost like with a little bit of lemon. It reminds me of almost if you took Afternoon Swim by Louis Vuitton and mixed it together with the tea from Nishane's Wulong Cha. It's definitely unisex, but unisex may be leaning a bit masculine. But yeah, it still has that tea. It's Sunday brunch. It's just kind of like going and having a cup of tea with an orange or something like that. That's what this reminds me of. Again, the best way I could put it is it's the citrus. It's Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim. That orange citrus musk with a little touch of lemon mixed together with the tea from Oolong Cha. Again, Wulong Cha. I said oolong. Oolong tea in Wulong Cha. But very, very fantastic fragrances here. Again, this is the one that I'm wearing as my scent of the day, so you will see it on my community tab later today. Going into the last three. This one is during the summer, or honestly, it works all year round, but if you're looking for something that's like Xerjoff's Herba Pura, or it's kind of like that musky fruit punch, this one, I really actually think it's better than Xerjoff's Herba Pura and its clones. This is Citizen Jack Absolute. And this is from Michael Malul. You would know him from making a lot of Jensen's fragrances, but it's fruity. It's like a masculine fruit punch with musk. That's what this is. If you've ever smelled this one, again, Xerjoff's Herba Pura, All Haramain's Amber Oud Gold Edition, which is a clone of Herba Pura. This one kind of does that same thing, but it's a little bit higher quality. It has almost this kind of like musky, juicy fruit gum smell to it, and I absolutely love it. I always forget that I have it, and then when I come back to it, I'm just like, I wear it 3 days straight. It's really, really nice, and it goes really well, even though it's a musky tropical fruit punch. It does work really well, even in the cooler weather, because it has this kind of this vanillic ambery tone to it, which is why, again, that amber really, I'm not sure what it is, but like this fresh fragrances that have amber in it really do work well in that rainy day, like with that cool, windy, rainy day. But that Citizen Jack Absolute by Michael Malul, it is fan-freaking-tastic. Going into the last two. This is one of my most worn fragrances. Can't really go wrong with it. And as far as like mass appeal Macy's fragrances go, this is probably the best one to wear during a rainy day. This is Valentino Uomo Born In Roma, the Eau de Toilette. So this is still my favorite one in the entire line. I mean, all of them are really nice, but this is still my favorite one. This one has the most mass appeal to it, in my opinion. It has the least of that candy-like smell that a lot of the other ones in the line have. I like this in the Intense. I like all of them, really, except for the Rendezvous. But this one, it's a salty mineralic fragrance mixed together with something like Invictus. It has bits and pieces of that bubblegum style fragrance mixed together with this kind of more masculine, mature, salty mineralic fragrance. And that's the part that I really, really love about this fragrance, is that it has that uniqueness that you don't get from any of the other fragrances that have that bubblegum smell to it. But what I really like about this one is that it kind of takes that bubblegum sweet style fragrance that you get from the Invictuses, the Ultramalls, whatnot, and it kind of just has its own unique take to it, because it layers that bubblegum sweetness underneath that salty, mineralic, more masculine, mass appealing uniqueness that you get from this fragrance, that it's just, it sets itself apart from all of those other fragrances I just mentioned. And so that's why I really enjoy this fragrance. I told you guys when I first started my channel, we did this kind of tournament at the house where my daughter, me, and my wife, we tried the Sephora samples, and this one ended up winning the tournament, and I ended up getting this bottle for free from that pack. But Valentino Uomo Born In Roma, very, very nice, beautiful rainy day fragrance, but really anytime fragrance. Going into the last one, this one, I'm not sure if you can still find it, but with that said, it's very inexpensive if you can at Marshall's and TJ Maxx, which it is only localized to those stores. This is Mont Blanc Starwalker Extreme. You could also go with the original Starwalker if you can't find this. It's pineapple, musky, fruity. It's kind of like down the road of like Coach for Men meets, I don't know, like Hugo Reversed or something like that, where it has this fruitiness to it, but it also has a little bit of spice and musk underneath. But it's a very easy wear fragrance, and when this was released, it was one of the best rack store fragrances that I've ever smelled. So, I mean, it is still down the road of those generic designer fragrances like Coach for Men and whatnot, but honestly, Coach for Men is fantastic. 1 Million Lucky, fantastic. Those style of fragrances are fantastic, and this one melds right in with that grouping. So if you're fans of all of those fragrances and you see this one, just pick it up, do yourself a favor, and I mean, it's like 25 bucks. But Starwalker Extreme by Mont Blanc, really, really beautiful, and then it still carries over that original DNA from the original Starwalker, which is that musky fruitiness, by doing its own thing. It's really, really beautiful, and I would absolutely recommend wearing it during the rainy, cool weather. But anyway, so that Starwalker Extreme, that is the 10th one on my list. Again, let me know if you like when I go through these videos and do some of the top 10 lists a lot quicker, or if you'd rather me be more descriptive. So just doing a little bit of a test here. So yeah, well, let me know, and again, I'll be back with another one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.